Well, not too long ago, our crew traveled to Kansas City, Missouri as part of the 2024 National Association of Farm Broadcasting Convention. While we were there, we spoke with several leaders in the agriculture industry, including Nebraska native Steve Hansen. Hansen is currently serving as the chairman of the U.S. Meat Export Federation, and he shared with us some of his thoughts on how beef exports could shape up in 2025.
It's a global economy now. I understand you all have global offices doing the work of the USMEF, not just obviously from the U.S., but a lot of places around the globe. Have you been able to travel outside the country to see?
I have. It's been a very rewarding experience when I have traveled. I think one of the most unique experiences was about 4 years ago. They came out to our ranch and filmed a video. And then they sent 6 people from Japan there to kind of view what we were doing. And we happened to be working our first calf heifers, weaning them that day. So we drove them in, about 8 guys on horseback. Those guys show up just as we're getting them in the pens. And we start working those heifers down the alleyway. And if you ever work first calf heifers, that's not an easy deal. Horseback or whatever. It got so much at the end that the Japanese people were cheering our cowboys. I mean, it was literally crazy what the energy was. And so we continued on, and afterwards it was over, got done, they had to have pictures taken. They had to be on the horses. Our guys are dressed, chinks, hats, the whole 9 yards, and that's the way we work every day up there. Well, 2 years later, I'd done a presentation in Tokyo, Japan, and I got done. I walked off the stage and was headed to the banquet deal, and a gentleman walked up to me and says, "I was at your ranch 2 years ago." He said, "I didn't realize how much the cowboy way is the cowboy way." He said, "It's just amazing to us. You guys ride horses, wear the hats like we see."
When it comes to spreading the word of what's happening with USMEF and trying to get more people buying red meat outside the country, what's the key to success? Where do you see opportunities?
The key to success is probably our quality. There is nothing like Nebraska corn-fed beef. And I mean, it's easy to sell. We have a lot of places that really demand our product because there is nothing in the world that can compare to us in quality and taste. They know that we have safety. I mean, that's just a given. The United States is known for its safety and everything else. I think if you look forward, our possibilities are endless. You've got all of Africa, and they're wanting our middle meats, the variety meats, the things that we can't sell in the United States. They want those. South America has come on board now, and all of a sudden they're wanting U.S. beef. Colombia, Argentina, places we never thought we would sell. Mexico has become a huge partner, and in part due to the USMCA. But it's because of the trading partnership and the trust they have in our product, the quality, the taste, and the safety.
USMEF, for short, U.S. Meat Export Federation, is funded by a number of different groups, including some of the checkoff organizations. Talk about the funding structure and why that's important to the overall mission.
Well, I think a lot of people don't realize how valuable the checkoff is. We take the checkoff and we're basically allocated money at the Beef Promotion Operating Committee, and that's where they invest the 50 cents of the national dollar. And we give a presentation at that group, and then they decide how much money to award us. We take that money then and couple that with government funding, RAP and MAP. They got all sorts of acronyms, but basically in this most recent program, RAP funding is for kind of underprivileged countries. And USMEF had such a good track record investing all these other funds that we were one of the first ones they came to with this RAP funding. And we were spending it in some of the underdeveloped countries like Africa, the Near East, places like that we had not broken into before.
Any particular things on the horizon for 2025 as you serve as chairman of this group you're most excited about?
No, I'm hoping that as a group, we in agriculture point toward the same common goal. USMEF has 9 sectors, and we do a pretty good job of all pointing in the same direction. And I'm kind of hoping that U.S. agriculture does that same sort of thing, because realistically, we are not very many in number compared to the whole world. And so we need to speak as one voice. And I think the goal of, like I said earlier, putting U.S. red meat on the world's table is a great